What is up, my little kittens and kittenettes? I just woke up from a long hibernation. I only slept like 15 hours, but that's cool. I needed it. Your boy has been grinding like you wouldn't believe. It's Friday, though, and I didn't sleep through the entirety of Friday, thank God, because it's time to do the Arkonomics of the week. Much like the daily report of the week, blue crystals went down bigly. Not a surprise. A lot of people are buying, the royally crystals, and they are getting the gold day, so they can spend the gold day on things like honing or buying books and shit. Basically, this game is popping since the update. Not really a surprise, to be honest. And just so you don't think I am yanking your chain or anything, pop on over to SteamDB, look at the Steam charts. You can kind of see here. The peaks were like 30k. The dips were like, what, 18.8. We had a 15k dip there. Another 15k dip there. And then this was the maintenance, obviously. And then immediately after the server up, we had a peak of like 47. The dip is pretty much our old high. And then a peak of almost 45k, another dip to like 23. You see what I mean? Basically, this game is popping again, and sentiment around the game is positive, which is thumbs up. Of course, there's always going to be people watching for some strange reason that hate the game and call it the worst thing ever. Hey man, no worries. Every game has problems. You don't like this one, no worries. I'm sure you'll find one that you do enjoy. But you don't have to spread the shit game sentiment on every single video, especially when we're not really talking about how good or bad the game is and the problems with the game. This is supposed to be a video talking about the market, so let's talk about the market. We got some interesting shit, so to speak. Basically, what I thought would happen is sort of happening. I kind of thought Marvelous Honors would sort of spike or hold their price initially because of the additional influx of characters honing, and then once those characters are done honing, everybody's going to sell their extras, and it's going to drop. And that is pretty much exactly what happened. It dropped a little bit on day one. You can kind of see there. It held at 38, then it dropped to 35. Average, of course. And then it just started tanking once people are done with their honing. Kind of expected this to happen. I sold all of my stuff on the evening before the patch, so on patch day, I sold all mine before the server went down for maintenance. No regrets. Even if it had went up, I would have had no regrets. I just don't like worrying about it. I just don't like storing all my stuff and selling it constantly. Or I like storing my stuff, rather. And I don't like selling it piecemeal constantly. Because I like the dopamine rush of getting a giant influx of gold. Which is exactly why I have so much gold right now. Because I sold all my Marvelous Honors that I have been storing up. All my Obliteration Stones. Obliteration Stones, again, did the same thing. I sold them for 13 gold for the patch. And they went down because people are done honing. And obviously Akkan stuff is out. So I'm actually going to untrack Crystallized Guardian Stones because they don't need to be here anymore. Don't need to track Honor Leap Stones because they're obsolete. Should I keep Great Honors tracked? Yeah, I'll keep it tracked for now. But let's track the new Obliteration Stones, which are these lovely squares. And let's track the new Protection Stones, which are these lovely squares. And let's track the new Leap Stones, which are these lovely not squares. God, I'm so smart and have such a way with words. More people need to be saying that, and they're not saying it. So I gotta say it for myself, you know? I'm an advocate for myself. And that's what it's about. So basically, price movement on Radiant Honor Leapstones. They started out Excuse me, 1 second. I gotta cough, I think. Hold on. Yeah, I definitely have a cough. It just didn't want to come out. Okay. Radiant Honor Leapstones entered the game at about 70, 80 gold, and they've kind of held their price there. I think this might just be the price for Radiance. Again, the price of Radiance are loosely linked to the price of Marvelous Honors, in that Marvelous Honors can only go so low because you can trade 5 Marvelous Honors into 1 Radiant. Obviously, the same goes for every Leapstone in the game. And obviously, the same goes for Obliteration Stones, 5-1 into Refined Obliteration Stones. So, like, the price of things sort of is linked together. Like, right now... no, everything makes sense. Because Protection Stone's 5-1. I mean, that's the exact same price no matter what you're buying. 5 times 8 would be 40, so that's pretty much linked. I mean, I guess you could get, like, a little bit of a deal, since there's not very many of these up. But it's hard to say. Hopefully you get what I'm saying, though. Oh, the other thing that I should track is the new Arehas. They're called Prime Areha Fusion Materials. Very cool. I think I am going to untrack blues, because I don't really care about them anymore. I never craft them, and they're pretty much off my radar entirely. But the new Areha Fusion Materials, they're called Prime Arehas. These are not worth crafting right now. I haven't done the math on it, but just using my 1 brain cell and basic math, we can kind of figure that out, right? Because you only craft 15 of these. They cost a little bit more to craft than superiors, and they're only 20 gold more. Something's not adding up here, yeah? This makes sense, though, because there's not much demand for these. The only people that have a piece of Akkan gear right now are the people that have cleared Akkan fully, normal, gate 1 through 3. I know a lot of people seem to be struggling, whether it be gate 2, gate 3. I see a lot of sentiment on struggling. Not a big deal. People will get better. You'll learn it. People just learn at different speeds. But this is also noteworthy because the whales most likely are not purchasing a piece of gear week 1. They are going to immediately go for the weapon. And the whales are doing hard mode too, so they'll get their weapon next week, I believe, unless I'm wrong. I might be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last time of me being wrong. But basically, if you're going to craft Arehas, I would still craft purples. The regular purples, I guess. How am I going to differentiate these? I could just call them superior and primes, but that's too easy. I think I'm going to call the old ones purples and then this one red. Just makes sense to me in my brain. My tiny ape brain. But basically, I would keep crafting superior Arehas, the regular purples. And as far as NA West goes, relic prices spiked up massively after the patch for a little bit, but they have gone back down into the atmosphere as was expected. So, again, relics are still just better. Always check between the price of relics and fish, but fish have to be significantly lower than relics, and the only way fish are ever going to be lower than relics is if a lot of the robots from Chinaland come over and bought the shit out of them, which they haven't really done. So, good, but also that means just use relics, man. I'm telling you. I guess the last thing we can talk about is my sentiment on price movement as far as the new materials go. I don't know how I feel about these current prices. And what I mean by that is, when Belshazzar first came out, obliteration stones were way too cheap. Way too cheap. They were like 9 gold. I remember this because I posted a video saying that you should probably buy them, and I told all of my friends that you should probably buy them, because 9 gold is way too fucking cheap for a weapon stone. And what do you know? They spiked up to 30 gold and stayed at 30 gold for a while until people were done honing their weapons. What a shock! It's almost like redstones only drop in a certain quantity, and yeah. But these kind of look like they're at a more reasonable price, and they can't really go up more unless obliteration stones go up more. You know what I mean? Obviously it was the same with the old obliteration stones and crystallized destruction as well, but that didn't stop people from selling obliteration stones at 9 gold, because nobody had their weapon, because they were apes and wanted the gold now. But people seem to have gotten a little bit smarter, and they're not selling these for 9 gold. I do think it's likely that when people start honing their stuff, things will spike up, but do I think the price will trend upwards? I don't know. And I don't feel confident enough to say that it will. So really, it just depends on sort of the feeling you get in your loins. If you feel a certain way and you have a good reason for feeling that way, it's all about your conviction, right? If you think it'll go up, sure, invest in some. Fuck it, why not? If you lose money, realistically, your downside isn't going to be that big, in my opinion. If you gain money, it could be fucking massive. So, again, just depends on your personal conviction. I don't think doing one or the other, either investing or not investing, is a good or bad thing. It's all up to you and what you think is going to happen. Another thing I do want to mention before we get out of here, because I am going to try to wrap up the video here. It has gone on for a bit longer than normal, but again, not a surprise because it is a new big patch with a bunch of new shit, are the skins, especially the neria skins. Let me hop into the shop, man. So we open up here, we got the new Midnight Summer skin set. Basically, tits out, feeling good. Everybody likes fucking titties. Men, women, gay women, straight men, straight women. Everybody likes some titties. So, obviously, these will be on the market at some point, probably worth a significant amount of money because people like titties. That's really all I got on that. These are not going to be in the market for 3 days, as always, because there's a 3-day hold on buying things with royal crystals. You can't trade them from 3 days of purchase. The patch came out on Wednesday, so it'll be out on Saturday evening is the earliest you'll start seeing these. And then, obviously, same deal with Neria's wardrobe. You have these beatbox skins, streetwear, if you will. I think these look fucking sick as hell. Really brings out the white girl aesthetic, and I am here for it. Look at me, I can roleplay truly as a white girl. And then obviously you also have the cute overalls if you want to be cutesy. You obviously have the non-titty option, and then you have the slightly more titty option, if you know what I'm saying. This looks like titty, though, but secretly it's not. You can kind of see there's actually a shirt there. But people like to match the skin tone with the color of outfits, so you could definitely use this as like a titty option. Anyways, I think that's enough talking about titties. Last thing I want to check is the gems and the prices, because I haven't actually seen these, so I am interested to see where we going. Seems like pretty much nothing has changed. Come on, where's the damage gems? Yeah, 400k for a damage gem. Pretty much nothing has changed. I kind of expected prices to go up or down, at least do something, but they haven't. They've stayed the same. Oh well. Well, I think that'll be it for Arkonomics this week. Thank you guys so much as always. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, comment down below letting me know your thoughts on the prices and shit I mentioned. You know the drill. Subscribe if you want to see more content from your boy. It's me, your boy. Thank you to my YouTube members. Consider becoming a member, like a Twitch or Patreon sub. Help support me, help support the channel, help support my pizza addiction. Thank you to my tier 2s. Remix My Life. I'm Nufu, Blitzel, Arizike, Peachy, Jacob, and all my tier 1s. It's Biscuits, Inder, Diz, Cloudage, Dangerous, Joxini, Prince Nation, Clater. It's your boy out.